We are a river city, a bold city, the First Coast, a place to create and to belong. Here, the sun shines a little brighter, and so do the people. We share a love for our region, a pride for Jacks, and a passion for the beautiful game, dedicated to giving everyone a sporting chance. Together, we will elevate soccer and sport in our community by lifting every voice. We are Sporting Club Jacksonville. We are Sporting Jacks.
Hello and welcome into the Sporting Jacks Report. I'm Cole Pepper. Emerson Burris will join me shortly. Coming up, we prepare for tomorrow's playoff game for the women, how they look to bounce back from a disappointing loss in Carolina as they ready for a rematch with a spot in the finals on the line. We'll hear from the players and from head coach Stacey Balaam. Plus, how the men fared in the Prinks Tires USL Cup, and we look ahead to the World Cup now just 3 weeks away. But let's start with the regular season finale. When Lexington beat Tampa Bay Saturday afternoon on a controversial penalty kick, Sporting Jacks knew they needed at least a draw to win the Players' Shield as regular season champions. It would be a tremendous accomplishment in the first year for the team's existence, but they had to get the result against the hottest team in the league, Carolina Ascent, who had won 5 straight and had not lost a game in the last 10. To Charlotte we go, and Sporting Jacks getting on the front foot early on. Meg Hughes pushing it down the left wing, crosses to the penalty spot. Sophia Bowman feeds Abby Boyan, and Boyan puts it away for her first goal in Jacksonville. It's 1-0 in the 7th minute. Beautifully done there. Carolina would respond less than 10 minutes later. Ascent wins the ball in the attacking third. Shea Groom from the top of the D. Last one past Kate Parks, and we're level at 1. Later in the half, nice little give and go for Carolina. Groom gets it back, feeds it into the middle, and Tyler Lucy on the receiving end. She puts it away to make it 2-1 Carolina. Sporting Jacks had chances but could not convert. 74th minute, Carolina a corner kick. Jill Aguilera, an Olympico. Goes in from the corner. That seals it for Carolina. Ascent win 3-1. And that ends Sporting Jacks' shot at the Players' Shield. Here is how the regular season standings end. Cambridge Super League standings, we present them to you by Price.com. Lexington is Sporting Jacks level on points at 53, but Lexington, as a result of the tiebreaker for goal differential, wins the Players' Shield. They go from last to first. Sporting Jacks goes from non-existent to second. Talk about change one season to the next. Carolina, last year's Players' Shield winners, will come to Sporting Jacks with something to prove. Dallas Trinity, up and down, but able to sneak in that 4th position. They will travel to Lexington in the first week in the playoffs. Let's take a look at that playoff bracket. Just those top 4 teams, so there they are. You've got later on today, Saturday, it's Lexington hosting Dallas, and then Sporting Jacks tomorrow, 5 p.m. kickoff against Carolina Ascent. All these matches streaming on Peacock ahead of the May 30th Cambridge Super League Final. And so we get a rematch in the semifinals. This will be the 5th meeting between Sporting Jacks and Carolina this season. Jacksonville won twice, Carolina once, and there was 1 draw. We saw all manner of games in this series. Jacksonville won a 7-goal thriller in September with Ashlyn Puerta scoring the first hat trick for the club. Jacksonville also took a 1-0 decision at home on January 31st with snowflakes swirling in the air. Now it's back at Hodges Stadium, and there is no margin for error.
Yeah, I think we're super excited. I mean, quick turnaround playing the same team, but I think we're excited for that, and I think we're going to take what we learned from this last game and, try to improve on it, get the result we want. I think we're all coming in this week with a little extra under us, and I think we're really excited for this weekend. Hoping we can get a good crowd out there, get a lot of people from the community to come out. So if you're hesitant, come out to our game. That's kind of our message.
I think it's a really exciting week. I mean, this is an amazing opportunity, and we have the privilege of continuing to play, and obviously some other teams don't get that. So I think there's a lot of excitement, but also a strong focus on what we need to do better and how to fix the outcome that we had last game. So amazing to have the crowd here. I think easy for people to come out to the game. My parents love coming down to Florida, so they're excited that it's here too, so it's super exciting.
Also big news this week as Sporting Jacks midfielder Ashlyn Puerta won the Golden Playmaker Award, while Puerta tied for the league lead in assists with 4 others, including Sporting Jacks teammates Paige Kenton, Meg Hughes, and Sophia Bowman. Puerta recorded her 7 assists in fewer minutes than anyone else. She's also a candidate for the Young Player of the Year, and she is the Super League's Player Player of the Year award, which will be announced next week. We now welcome in Becky Burley and Sam Bohan. Ladies, let's start by looking back. How do you sum up Sporting Jacks' first season in the Gamebridge Super League?
Outstanding. I mean, like, really, it's a fantastic season for an expansion team. When you think about the, advantage that the other teams have had in playing for a full year and being able to just tweak a few things versus trying to start from scratch, it's been an outstanding season.
I think you have to be really pleased as a club to see the organization, the infrastructure that they've had in year one. That really is a nod to the forefront, the thinking that they've had to put behind this. I know the players have felt very well supported, and to be able to put such a high level product on the field in year one really shows the professionalism of the Sporting Jacks organization.
All right, so as we look back on the season, what was the most significant moment of the campaign for Sporting Jacks, Sam?
I don't know if I could put it into a moment. I mean, I think that they've had some incredible wins. They've had some late, results. But I think just the fact that they've been able to collectively be so threatening in so many different ways, I think that's one of the ways Sporting Jacks distinguishes itself from other teams. They have so many different potent scoring opportunities, and the unselfishness across the board, I think that those make the most effective moments for the season.
I'm going to say the beginning of the second half of the season, because kind of ended on a high at the end of the first half of the season, but then to maintain the consistency at the beginning of the second half of the season after a break like that, it's hard because you get that momentum and you want to regain it. And I thought they did a really, really good job about that.
All right, so what would you say was the biggest surprise of the season, Becky?
Biggest surprise to me was Paige Kenton's emergence as a striker and her ability to be so dangerous in her counter press. And I don't think anyone expected her to contribute from a goal standpoint. I think everyone knew she would contribute to the team, but the fact that she's been such an offensive threat is probably the biggest surprise for me.
Sam, how about you? What was your biggest surprise?
I think the durability of Sophia Bowman throughout this entire season. I mean, she goes box to box for 90 minutes the entire game, and for her to be able to maintain that kind of level across the entire season is really impressive.
All right, let's look ahead to tomorrow's matchup. A fast turnaround against Carolina. How does Sporting Jacks flip the script against the hottest team in the league?
The game was a good game. I think if you're looking at it from a Sporting Jacks standpoint, it wasn't like that they were broken down in really big tactical battles. I think winning the wide channels is going to be really important. And I think the hold-up play by the forwards for Sporting Jacks to keep the team from playing in transition. But it was a very well-played game, just a matter of moments. That's Carolina capitalized on moments. And Sporting Jacks had several really good goal-scoring chances in that game that they just couldn't get on the end of. So if they flip the script a little bit and capitalize on those opportunities, it could definitely go Sporting Jacks' way.
The two things for me that are going to be important, I agree with Sam about the hold-up play of the forwards, and not because the forwards need to just hold the ball up, but it's so critical to the continuation of possession for Sporting Jacks. But I also think just really limiting opportunities for Carolina, because clearly they were pretty efficient at their opportunities. So trying to make sure that they are a little bit tighter defensively. And for me, contain Aguilera. She's a force, and she makes that team tick.
Ladies, thank you very much. It's also going to help to have the stands full of Sporting Jacks supporters. Sunday, 5 p.m., a historic first ever women's pro playoff game in any sport in Jacksonville. Be a part of it. Tickets start at $25 per match, per game, per seat. Call 904-863-KICK or visit sportingjacks.com to be there at Hodges Stadium for the playoffs. After collecting the first win of the season last Wednesday in the Prinks Tires USL Cup, Sporting Jacks men traveled to Naples for another group stage match. With a win, Sporting Jacks would remain in contention to advance to the knockout round. To Naples we go. And just after the first quarter hour, Sporting Jacks on a run out. Long ball ahead. Look at the speed from Edgardo Rito. This guy can fly. He's fit and rounding into form. crosses for Ahmad Alcock, and it's Alcock's third goal in as many games. Sporting Jacks has the lead. It's 1-0. Jacksonville would keep the lead until the second half in stoppage time. And then a late goal from Naples. Andres Ferrin crosses to Julian Cisneros. And just like that, we are headed to PKs, tied at 1. Naples converted the first 3, while Jacks missed. Harvey Neville stepping up to keep the shootout alive. Jacks down 3-1. Next for Naples, it's Juan Osorio against Jake McGuire, making his first starting goal for Sporting Jacks. Naples can win it with a kick, but McGuire up to the challenge. Now Kieran Sadlier needs this one to keep it alive, but Joshua Grant, the 18-year-old Jamaican keeper, with the save. Naples wins it 3-1 on penalties. And that's it in the Brinks Tires USL Cup. Here's how the Group 7 standings look as of now. Sporting Jacks on 4 points, but there's only one wild card position. Sporting Jacks still has to play unbeaten Tampa Bay in the final group stage match. So not really a chance here for Sporting Jacks. Not eliminated mathematically, but it's going to be an awful tough road to try to get to the knockout stage in the Brinks Tires USL Cup. We now welcome in Corey Herzog. There has clearly been progress the last couple of games. It's come against League One teams. What are you seeing from the men, Corey?
Yeah, it looks like they're getting that little confidence back that they started the season out and then lost throughout those 8-9 losses, obviously. But it looks like they're coming back into it and scoring goals, but they do need to finish those chances.
What stood out for you in terms of the attack? Obviously, we've seen 3 straight games with Ahmad Alcock scoring, and Edgardo Rito seems to now be rounded into form.
Yeah, Rito's really bringing that speed and athleticism on that right side. But what you're seeing is they're creating more chances, getting shots on target. Obviously, you want more and more shots on target because you're not going to score if you can't get them on target. So you're really seeing that, and maybe that's what they needed in the past couple 6-7 games in the USL Championship. So it'll be good to see how that confidence leads into the league play.
Thank you. Next up for the men, back in action on May 27th. That's a Wednesday game against a Western Conference side, San Antonio FC. Then they turn around and face Brooklyn FC on May 31st, a game that was originally scheduled for May 30th, but moved in case the women are hosting the Gamebridge Super League final. Then the men finish group stage play in the Cup at home against Tampa Bay on June 6th. Coming up, we hear from the head coach what Stacey Balaam is thinking about as the playoffs kick off. That's next as the Sporting Jacks Report rolls on. Every game in the Gamebridge Super League playoffs can be seen streaming on Peacock. No more locally broadcast in the postseason. They're all streaming on Peacock. And all games in the USL Championship can be seen streaming on ESPN Plus or CBS Golazo, or nationally broadcast on CBS, CBS Sports Network, and ESPN2. All home men's games, except select games on CBS Sports Network, can be seen broadcast on Channel 4 or CW17. Time now for our Ascension St. Vincent's Player Spotlight as we welcome back in Emerson Burris. All right, not exactly a player spotlight this week, but the head coach we're focusing on. You sat down with Stacey Balaam to discuss what has been a magical season.
It sure has, and as the women prepare for the semifinal game tomorrow, head coach Stacey Balaam says this team is so motivated to respond after last week's performance. I sat down with Balaam to talk about what it will take to advance the bond this group has built throughout the season and how she has grown as a coach.
Stacey Balaam.
Head coach Stacey Balaam.
Led by head coach Stacey Balaam. Stacey Balaam.
Stacey Balaam.
Stacey Balaam.
I just hope that they play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder so that they understand the importance that we don't have another chance. This is it, and this is their chance to put it right from last week. And to me, if we better our performance from last week, that's enough for me.
How are we doing?
Going on this journey together, we've all bettered ourselves. With all of the personal awards and recognition that we've had over the course of the season, again, just shows the talent that we've got in this team and the cohesiveness that we've got in this team for us to be able to have the success. And the players have elevated me, the staff have elevated me. I've been challenged through every game. I think that's important to also get it from their perspective so that there is that give and take as well, and they understand we're on their side and we're there to help them. And sometimes it's taking a step back and seeing it through their lens. I think when you get to the playoffs, there are a lot of emotions, there are nerves, there's excitement, there's a good energy from the community. It's their first professional women's team that they can come out and support and say, I was there to live through that journey and those moments and those memories. And I hope we can entertain them and I hope we can create good memories together, because at the end of the day, we are their team. And you know, we're a family, and I think it's really important to have that community engagement, and hopefully they can bring the energy so that we can feed off that in the game, because that's going to help.
Well, she said it best, and tomorrow night she hopes the community brings that same energy and support that's helped fuel the team throughout their inaugural season.
It has been memorable and impressive, and who knows how much longer it can go on. So hope to see you out there at Hodges Stadium tomorrow. Emerson, thanks so much. It will also help to have the stands full. Once again, 5 o'clock kickoff tomorrow against Carolina, a historic first playoff game in club history. Tickets are available by calling 904-863-KICK or by visiting sportingjacks.com. Be there at Hodges Stadium for the playoffs. Coming up, one local young soccer player is taking big steps toward his dreams on the field. That's next as the Sporting Jacks Report continues. As you prepare to head out to Hodges Stadium tomorrow for the playoffs games, be sure to pick up your Sporting Jacks merch. You can do so at the park, or you can order from our fan shop. Use the QR code on your screen or go to sportingjacks.com/shop to get your very own Sporting Jacks merchandise. Now for the Youth Soccer Spotlight. Emerson, this week you're putting a spotlight on a young player in the Sporting Jacks Academy.
Sure am, and this young player is already making a name for himself after helping lead his team to a league title and earning an invite to a competitive ID camp. 14-year-old Jose Martinez says the experience pushed him to grow both on and off the field. Martinez started playing soccer at a young age after watching his uncles play and quickly fell in love with the game. After beginning his career in Palm Coast with Florida Elite, he made the move to Sporting Jacks, where he says the competition and coaching helped elevate his game. This season, his U14 team won the league by just 1 point, and Martinez also earned an opportunity to attend a U.S. Soccer Talent ID camp, where he competed against some of the top young players around the region.
I was really proud of myself. I was really excited because I thought it was finally my time to shine. And when I went to the ID camp, I was very nervous because I haven't been to one yet. So I just walked in and I just played my game and I really shined. And I really felt like I was meant to be there with all the other kids. Sporting Jacks has helped me really well. I started at Palm Coast and I was just showing everybody it wasn't really a challenge. And when I came to Sporting Jacks, they welcomed me really well and it started to become a challenge. And my coach right now, Coach Lowe, he's a great coach. He's provided me all these opportunities. Like the ID camp, he's given me really good opportunities.
Martinez says his goals are to continue developing his skills, play college soccer, and one day join the Sporting Jacks pro team. Pathway to pro.
He's exactly the kind of young player we talk about, that pathway to pro.
Yep.
That's exactly right. We'll be keeping an eye on how he does in his career. Emerson, thanks so much. All right, for more on Sporting Jacks in the world of soccer, join me every Tuesday night at 6 on 1010XL. It's the Coaches Show presented by Honda of the Avenues. We'll be joined by Stacey Balaam, Liam Fox, Sporting Jacks players. Presented by Honda of the Avenues. You can listen on air, 1010 a.m., online or on demand at 1010XL.com. And for behind-the-scenes conversations about Sporting Jacks, join Emerson, Tony Allegretti, and me on the Sporting Pod. You can subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcast. A new episode drops each week. Still to come, how some Sporting Jacks players spent the dog days earlier this week. That's next as the Sporting Jacks Report continues. You can watch the Sporting Jacks Report every weekend on the stations of First Coast News. 12:30 on NBC 12 next weekend. That'll be a great Saturday for you. You can also find us on demand on First Coast News Plus and the Sporting Jacks YouTube channel. Time now for our Community Spotlight presented by Honda of the Avenues. And this week, along with our friends at Honda of the Avenues, the women's team spent some time with the dogs at the Jacksonville Humane Society. A number of players toured the facility, met some of the animals looking for their forever homes or fur-ever homes, and even got to take one good boy named Knox out for a Dog's Day. There's Knox. Look at him there. Oh, the smiles. I will say some of these players were doing everything they could to not have to adopt a dog. They loved him. Knox had a big time, and it's a day that he won't forget anytime soon, and neither will the players. If you have not already done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Not only can you watch this show on demand, but you can also see game highlights, player features, behind-the-scenes footage from the club, and one lucky subscriber will win a big prize in the next month or so. Just search YouTube for Sporting Jacks to subscribe. And you can follow us on all of our social medias for the very latest on what's going on with the club. Sporting Jacks is on X, Instagram, Facebook, the aforementioned YouTube channel, and on TikTok. A great way to stay up to date with what's happening with your pro soccer teams. And checking our World Cup clock, yes, just 21 days until the eyes of the world turn to the biggest sporting event on the globe here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Folks, we are 3 weeks away from the World Cup hitting here in the United States. It has been quite a season for the women. Tomorrow we'll find out if it continues as they take on Carolina in the Gainbridge Super League semifinals. We should also let you know that Ashlyn Puerta was named as the USL Players Association's Young Player of the Year. She's barely turned 19. She's also been called up for camp with the U.S. Youth National Team U19 squad. Once again, what a year it's been for Ashlyn. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you next time.